Well, if you search for some of the pearls of wisdom in these epics, Vibhishan Gita is one of these. And Vibhishan Gita is actually a conversation. Again, we have had in our spiritual heritage, we have had two great conversations on the battlefield. One is, of course, between Krishna and Arjuna, and the second is between Bhagwan Ram and Vibhishan. And this also happens on the battlefield when Lord Ram is just about to have his battle with Ravan. And what he describes in this Vibhishan Gita is actually something that is taken by most of the management schools to teach their MBAs. And a part of it is also taught to us in the academy. And if I sort of pick up some of the verses from there, you would appreciate how it runs. Now, again, since we are talking about the comparisons between these two, while the setting is the same, but the manner of asking a question, Arjuna asks a question and has doubts in a very different fashion. Vibhishan has this doubt in a very different fashion. The state of mind is very different. But the answers are the same. But that's the beauty. That these wisdom pieces come to us and they transcend the boundaries of geography, boundaries of circumstances, boundaries of people. And the way it starts is ke Ravan rathi birath raghubira dekh Vibhishan bhayo adhira. Ravan ko rath mein dekha. Vibhishan also knew the powers of Ravan because he was his brother. He knew the kind of armory Ravan had. And then he says ke adhik preeti man bhasan deha band charan keh binay sneha. That he had a lot of love for Ram. Now, Vibhishan is asking this question out of love. Arjuna was asking the same question in a state of delusion. That is one. And he says, Vibhishan says that Nath narath nahi tan pad trana kehi bid jatab bir balwana. That you don't have an armor, you don't have a rath, you don't even have shoes. How are you going to? Because Ramji was tapasvi. As a tapasvi, he was not wearing shoes when he went to exile. How are you going to, win this battle against Ravan? Bhagwan Ram replies very nicely. He says, "Sono sakha keh kripa nidhana, jehi jay hoy so sandan ana." That the chariot of victory in life is different. And I would just narrate one or two more and to give you a glimpse of it. He says, "Sauraj dheeraj tehi rath chaka." The wheels of this chariot are shaurya and dhair, which is courage and patience, perseverance. Now that is what is taught to us. As an officer, we were taught that whenever you are faced with, and I mean as SDMs or a district magistrate, you are faced with crowds every day. And there were two things. One was you have to be courageous to take it on. And the second was you have to be patient. So he says, Shaurya, Dheeraj, Tehirath, Chaka, they have to be in unison. The message of balance that comes through in this entire segment is beautiful. It says, Sauraj, Dheeraj, Tehirath, Chaka, Satya, Sheela, Dhrudha, Pataka. And then you need to have Satya and Sheel. Again, two very, very important attributes. You have to be truthful and you also have to have a very pleasant conduct. Again, Sheel is again one word which does not have equivalent in English. Sheel is that pleasant, pleasing conduct that you should have. Now what it says is that a lot of times when you have to be truthful, it is bitter. But you have to convey that truth with a lot of Sheel. And at the same time, when you are having that pleasing conduct, which Mr. Vijayvardhan was talking in the morning, you got to be truthful. So Satya or Sheel bhi balance mein hone chahiye. And then he talks about the horses. Bal vivek dam parhe tagore, kshama kripa samata rajujore. Now that's again very, very important. That he says there are four horses. Bal, which is strength, vivek, which is wisdom, dam, which is self-control, and parhit, which is benevolence. And he says, Shama kripa samata rajujore. Bal must be controlled with the reign of Kshama. Very, very important attribute. If you have power, you must have the capacity to forgive. Lot of time we find people who are wielding power lack the capacity to forgive. You need to have a big heart. That's something which is very, very important. So, I mean, it's a slightly longer passage. I mean, I don't think we have enough time to discuss that, but it's a beautiful message. And I would really very strongly recommend that you please go through the original text. You really enjoy reading it. And those are the kind of things, these are the messages, I mean, what he was saying. We have such a rich heritage. I mean, if we only need to look back to our own, texts and find those words of wisdom, whether it's management, whether it's administration, governance we were talking of. I mean, those are the kind of things that we need to look back into.